So just from talking to different people throughout the community, this community, and seeing, questions from other communities, one of the things that I've noticed that's kind of a pain point for people that are a little bit newer to the game is things like how to run your offense better, how to make adjustments, how to be more efficient, and especially how to run your defense, which if you guys like this video, let me know, leave a like on it, and I will do a defensive version of this video. But a lot of things that people are, a lot of the questions that I'm seeing revolve around like, okay, what adjustments can I make to stop this from happening? Or what adjustments can I make to make this happen or make this better, right? And that's what I want to show you guys in this video, right? Pre-play adjustments that you can make and coaching adjustments that you can make to make your offense run smoother. Now, again, this is going to be more for people that are kind of newer to the game, but even if you're a veteran of college football, you might learn a thing or two in the video. And if you do, consider leaving it a like. But if you are somebody that you know the game inside and out, you don't have to stick around for this one because, again, this is going to be more to teach people that are still trying to learn the intricacies of running your offense and your defense. Like I said, if you guys want to see it, I will make a defensive version of this video. But enough talking from me. Let's jump right in it. I'll pick a random team, pick some random plays, and I will show you guys how to set this up, not only in practice, but in game as well. Let's get rid of this face cam. Now, before we jump into it, one of the things I want to go over real fast are these coaching adjustments, and I do have some gameplay that you guys are going to see in a second that will, give you a showcase of some of these adjustments. But the first thing you have here is a tempo adjustment. You can go no huddle, you can go turbo. They're very similar. The one thing that you're going to get with both of these, though, is, of course, you are going to have, less access to your playbook. Of course, you're going to get mostly what would be available through your audibles. And, of course, another thing, too, to keep in mind is that this will make the wear and tear go up quick. Fatigue is going to go up quick, things like that. But chew clock is another thing that you have as well. Just keep in mind, you will run the clock down faster, but you will also not be able to make as many pre-snap adjustments, of course, considering the fact that as soon as you're out there, you're going to have you're only going to have a few seconds left. And that is, of course, the point in chewing the clock. Deep pass catching, you can do this with intermediate and deep, but conservative and aggressive are the two options here. Aggressive, you're always going to trigger the aggressive attempt. They're going to jump for the ball. They're going to go after it very aggressively. That's going to decrease interceptions, but, of course, decrease the chance that you can run after the catch. Conservative will increase the chance that you can run after the catch, but it also increases the chance that it may be picked off because your main goal there is the yards after the catch, of course. Intermediate, very, very similar, but with this, the thing you got to keep in mind is, and I have an example of it up on the screen here, is that you will be doing possession catches. Even if your guy has room, he will go for a possession catch. So please keep that in mind. Aggressive, most of the time, they're going to want to be running after the catch. So you might want to either keep this on balance or aggressive if you do that. Blocking, this is a big one because this one, it makes a big difference, especially if you put this thing on aggressive. You'll see from the gameplay up on the screen here, you will get the holding penalties. You will get them. Conservative, it's going to decrease the chance of a holding penalty, but you're going to hold your blocks a little bit, less. So balance might be the way to go for this one. Ball carrier is another thing that you can adjust here. It's the last thing for the offense in the coach adjustments. You protect the ball on conservative. You protect it very well, and you won't fumble, but keep in mind, you won't be able to juke. You won't be able to spin. Any special moves are going to be disabled, which you can see on the screen here. I am actually trying to juke and spin in the to get past the guy, but cannot do it when it's on conservative. Now, if it's on aggressive, you will have a higher chance of breaking tackles. You will, have a better chance of, getting past some of these defenders, especially in the open field, but you may fumble, especially if you get hit hard. So keep these things in mind. Now, if you hit R3, you'll bring up your pre-play menu, and one of the things that I want to mention right off the bat is that you do not have to hit R3 on your controller to actually be able to use these adjustments. This is just going to show you some of the things you can do. And the reason I say some of the things is because if you're on PS5, you hit circle, or if you're on Xbox, you hit B. But if we hit circle or B, you can see it's going to bring up the option to motion our receivers, running backs, or tight ends. So if I go through, you can go through all of them just by hitting circle or B. And again, you can send guys in motion based on the play that you're running or the defense that the defense is showing you. Next thing you're going to have at your disposal is hot routes. So if I bring up this play, as you can see, it's a curls play. Like I was saying, I just picked a random play here, in the playbook. But this is a curls play. Let's say if I wanted to send the slot receiver Brown here on a drag route, and I wanted to block my running back. So if I hit triangle or Y on Xbox, I can bring it up, and you can see the option for Brown is R1. It's going to bring up all the hot routes, and there is a lot of them in in College Football 25. And as you can see, man, that is great. It gives you so many different options here, and custom stems, which I'll get into in a second. But as you can see, if I wanted to send him on a drag, boom, art, right stick down, and then now if we bring up the play art, he is on a drag. Like I was saying, I might actually want to, block my running back in this case, because that way they won't overlap on this particular play. So if I bring it up again, we can see that Carter, the running back, is triangle, hit triangle, R2 is the pass block. Now, if we bring up the play art, he is blocking for the quarterback. So that is something that really, really is going to help you a lot. Using your hot routes. Another thing that I was talking about was custom stems. So let's say if I wanted to bring Gaither here on the outside, if I hit circle, hold down L1 for the custom stems, I'm holding it down and I've selected circle. Now Gaither, if I hit the left stick up or down, that is going to make this this curl more shallow, or it may make it deeper. Depending on the type of play you're running, this could have big implications. Let's say you wanted to open that flat up even more. You'll send this curl deeper, or let's say you had a corner route out here as well, and you knew that they were in zone coverage, which motion could help you determine whether they're in zone or man. So you can use these things together, right? But you could send them out there on the deeper stem, and then as you can see, if we hike the play, he is going to go way out there before he turns back around. And boom, there you go. Now, another thing you have at your disposal pre-snap is audibles, and many of you know about this. Obviously, it's going to kind of mimic what, the type of set that you're already in, but if you use your D-pad to go left or right, you can actually see what types of different sets you could audible to. Now, let's say we audible to this stick play right here, right, by choosing square, and let's say we don't want that streak to be on the left side of the field. If you have time, you can still audible and flip the play, right? Now, of course, you're going to have time to do all this, and I will show you some examples in-game. You are going to want to practice these things because you're going to want to know these buttons like muscle memory, because in-game, you are not going to have the type of time that you have here in practice mode. It's simply not going to be possible, right? So, again, like I said, you do not have to bring up the menu to actually just, hot route somebody real quick. Like, right, let's say I want to put X on a drag, as quick as that. Let's say I want to put him on a streak. I know how quickly to do that. Boom. Like, it's just a matter of just a few buttons. You want to get that good at it. You want to be able to make it just muscle memory to do these types of things. Because, again, like I said, you are not going to be able to be in-game and go into your pre-play menu and, be able to do these things with the amount of time that you have on the play clock. And real quick, lastly, I just want to show if you do make an audible that you don't like, let's say you make a hot route that you don't like. Let's say I did put, him on a post route, but I don't like that. Let's say if I hit square to audible, I can hit L2 to reset the play, and boom, it's right back to that curls play the way it was originally, and for some reason, defense adjusted to that. Now, the next thing you have at your disposal here is going to be the pass protections. Now, this is a very, very big one. What you'll see here is when I hold down L1, there are a ton of things that I can do here with my pass protection. I can do, if I hit the left stick to the left, I can full slide to the left, and as you can see, the running back actually has his blocking responsibility on the right side there. If I full slide to the right, which is better in this particular formation because then the running back's blocking responsibility is on his side of the formation. I can do that. If you go to base, it's going to go back to a base blocking scheme. You can hit X to ID the mic. So if I hit X, I can actually scroll through these different players and ID the mic. Now, one of the things you'll notice with ID and the mic is this will change up blocking assignments. Let's say if I hit X and I go over here and I ID this guy as the mic, now all of a sudden you see the running back has him as his assignment and the center is now on the nose tackle. Another thing you could do are half slides and double teams and max protect. So if you think that they're bringing the house, bringing a blitz, and let's say you have your tight end and your running back on routes, if you hit max protect, let me just show you an example of this. Let me audible to something like stick, where the tight end and the running back are on routes. If I then go to my pass protection by holding L1 or LB and then go to max protect, boom, now all of a sudden if I go to my play and look at the play art, they are not on a route anymore. They are max protecting, and if you see, they are going to stay home, and only the receivers and that are on the outsides are going to be on their routes at that point. Another thing you have at your disposal is double team. So let's say if I hit down on the right stick, you can scroll through these guys and decide who you would like to double team. So let's say if I have this guy out here, that I'm worried about him, right? And I want to double team him. Now watch this. If I hit X to select him, all of a sudden I'm going to have my left tackle and left guard doubling him. My center is going to have to slide over and actually deal with one of the 3 down linemen that's on the far side of the formation there. And let's just hike the play so you can see how this works. Now, he didn't come. They decided to double team the defensive lineman because he didn't actually come with a pass rush. The guy that was, playing the linebacker over there or the outside linebacker. They're in a 3-3-5, so he didn't come on a pass rush. They decided to double team the next available lineman. Now, if you hit right stick down and you choose to double team somebody that is on the line that is most likely coming unless they're on some sort of spy or contain. Let's say we use the defensive tackle, the nose tackle here, and hit select. Then all of a sudden we've got a double team on him from the center and from the right guard. If we hike the play, you can see they are doubling him, and maybe, just maybe, especially if he's a nuisance, and I'll show you how you can find that out very quickly in a second here, they will double him and help you get a little bit more time. Now, one of the ways you can find out whether he's a nuisance or not is by using the coach vision, which I'll show you in a second, but I did at least want to show you real quick this one last thing in pass protection, which are these slides. Let's say if you have a mobile quarterback, which in this particular case, the quarterback on Michigan State, Charles, it's not that he's not mobile, but he's not one of the most mobile quarterbacks, not the fastest, right? But if I sent, let's say I wanted to roll out to one side or the other, and I wanted to do a full slide to that side, right? Let's say I full slide to the right. All of my linemen are now going to slide out to that side, right? If I do a half slide, only the linemen on that side, so I selected the right, only the linemen on that side are going to slide to that side. Now, let's say if I full slide to the right and I choose a double team on this gentleman right here, that's the left end. Now you're going to see when I hike the ball, right, I can also choose to hot route my tight end to a blocker. Now you can see when I hike the ball, all of a sudden, I've got room to actually, roll out here and even possibly run. I tried to slide there, but it didn't let me. But you can see that's an easy 10 yards right there just from setting up your pass protection and reading the defense properly. Now, like I was talking about a second ago, another thing you're going to see here with your pre-play in the menu here is holding down L2 to show you the coach vision. This is a big one, right? So on the left side and the right side, you're going to see different options here. If you hit the left stick, over to the left, you're going to see the linebackers and DBs on the defensive side, obviously. You're going to see their abilities. Getting familiar with these abilities is going to be so crucial for you, right? You're going to want to get familiar with these abilities because what this is telling me right here is that these defensive backs on both sides of the field both have abilities, right? And it's telling me that linebacker with the star under him, he has 3 gold abilities. So this way, based on your matchups, you know what to look out for. Now, it gives you 2 on the defense and 2 on the offense. We can go up and see the defensive line. We see that right end over there, number 7, he has 1 ability. Now, conversely, if we look at the offense, let's say you're just in play now and you don't know your offense very well. Most of the time, you're going to know this, but you can look at this based on the personnel that you have on the field. You can also look at your, all your skill positions and see what their abilities are. Then you can look at your O-line as well. You can see we have a pretty beast center right now, right? That is very, very useful. Now, on the right side here, a couple of these I'm going to have to show you in-game because they're only going to be, affected in-game. But if you look and you hold down the right stick to the left, you're going to see your blockers and you're going to see the matchups. Those colors underneath of them are going to tell you what type of matchups you have, right? So on the left side of the line here, we know we have some pretty rough matchups. We know that the defense is actually favored on the left side of the line because our left tackle and our left guard have the red underneath of them. The center, however, is very good. He has green underneath him, which means that more times than not, he is going to stay on his blocking assignment. They're not going to shed as quickly on him. Of course, there's a lot of factors that go into this, but you can see that these colors are going to give you some idea as to how well these guys will block for you. The yellow is going to be just about neutral. You're going to want to look at a lot of factors when it comes to that, though. It's not just that black and white, or I guess, yellow, green, and red. It's not just, as simple as that. You are going to want to look at other factors such as wear and tear, composure, things like that as well. And if we look at wear and tear, it's not going to show us anything in the practice, but again, I will show you those things. Now, another one is if you hold the right stick to the right, you're going to see matchups. Same thing for the receivers. Do they have a favorable matchup with the DB, or maybe if there's a linebacker on them? Is it a favorable matchup, or is it not? We have one that's not so favorable on the right-hand side there. Our slot receiver is kind of a neutral matchup, and then on the left, we've got the receiver number 3 there, who has a good matchup with his DB. Now, I wanted to show a few of these things off in-game, right? Of course, because this is where you guys are going to be using these things. Now, first thing I want to show you is one of these custom stems, right? So if I go to this guy right here, X, I can change his custom stem. It is worth noting that not all plays or not all routes allow for a custom stem, but that little in route or that long in route did allow for it, as you can see. Now, my time was running down, so I had to go with something real quick there. But I'll show you guys again that there are, a lot of these have the ability to use custom stems. Now, of course, if I was to put somebody on a drag, that doesn't have a custom stem, and rightfully so. But for instance, this guy on the outside circle here, this can be custom stemmed to make him go way further to the outside before he cuts back, right? Now, depending on how you see the defense set up, you may want to do that or you might not. This guy's playing off. Maybe we don't want to do that. But again, like I said, I just wanted to show you guys that is at your disposal. Another thing I wanted to show off in-game here are these pass protections. Now, if we hold down L1 or LB, as you can see, there are a ton of things we can do. We know we have a play-action play here, right? So let's say we wanted to half slide to the right to give us a little bit more time, or half slide to the left, depending on which way, the defense, or which way you're going to be rolling out to. As you can see, that buys us just a little bit more time on that particular play. That was just good blocking. But as you can see, it could buy you some more time, either in the pocket or rolling out. Now, one of the things that you'll notice also is, like I was saying earlier, because it doesn't show in practice, I couldn't show it. But in the game, you'll see we just took a hit with our running back, right? And as you can see, right foot is in the red now for his wear and tear. Composure hasn't changed much. His composure's actually gone up. But, as the game goes along, you will start to see that this will change, okay? Now, running with the quarterback, that's another thing that will, affect your wear and tear. It'll affect composure. It'll affect all those things. But bringing up, this play vision is going to help. This coach vision is going to help you a lot to know what you're dealing with, not only, on your side of the ball, but on the other side of the ball as well. Here's another good example of it. As you can see, the back for the quarterback, the left elbow for the receiver. Again, like I said, I keep saying it over and over. Over time, this is going to change. It's going to tell you what you need to know on the fly right in game about composure, wear and tear, and all those things. And because wear and tear is so important, I think it is important to know, all about that. And of course, the quarterback taking a sack, guarantee we go out on the next play. His wear and tear might be a little bit different. The back, it went up a little bit. And again, like I said, it all adds up little by little. Over time, you will see that will start to change. That way, you can make substitutions accordingly, make adjustments accordingly. So I genuinely hope that this information was helpful to you guys on some level, because again, like I said, there are some of these things that are in these pre-play menus that you might not know about, right? There's things that I didn't even know about that I had to learn inside and out. So, and it will help you. It will help you a lot. And like I said, make sure that you practice this, though, in the open practice, and even practice it in-game, because the only way you're going to get good at it is repetition in-game and making sure that you get that muscle memory down so you can do it quickly. But if you guys had a good time in this video, consider liking it and sticking around and subscribing, because we got more to come. CFB and 2K, all of that stuff for you guys, man. And like I said also earlier, if this was a video that you did like and it did help you, and you want to see a defensive version of this exact same concept for pre-play, adjustments and things like that, because it is a big deal, especially on defense, let me know in the comments by leaving a comment and also giving it a thumbs up. But man, so much love to all of you guys in this entire community. The support has been outstanding. It's been ridiculous, and it's all because of you guys. And I gotta say, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys more than you could ever know, especially all of you that are new to the channel, and especially my OGs. You guys know you all are my family, every single one of you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you, the person looking at the screen right now. But yes, my boys, we'll be back very, very soon with our Dynasty, including #AddPlayer, because I know a lot of you guys are waiting for that. And we'll be back with more Badgers as well for those of you that are waiting for that. But again, man, so much love to all of you guys that clicked on this video today, and I'll catch you boys in the next one.